I was sexually abused from the age of, I believe, around 3 until I was around 9. My dad is a tradesman, and I was always interested in trades. And I used to say to my dad that I wanted to go and work in the workshop with my dad. He had a big workshop up the back of the property. And my brothers would go up and they would be allowed to stay up there in the workshop with my dad, and I'd get sent back down to the house, that I had to go back down into the house yard and be down with the women basically. When I'd go down into the house, there was either nobody there or my mum was there and she'd just send me outside, or send me away. My grandmother, where my grandfather lived, gave me the love that I wasn't getting from my mother, but it was her husband that was abusing me. So I had the choice of either I went there and I got the love, but I got the abuse that came with it, or I was on my own. So that was my choice. And a lot of the time my choice was to go there and get abused and not be on my own because of that deep sense of loneliness that I had growing up. It was said a lot in my home and to me from various different uncles, great uncles, grandfathers, that if anybody ever did anything to me, that they'd kill them, that they would kill them. And I believe that. You love that person, you don't want that person to come to harm. I didn't want anybody to kill my grandfather. I still loved him, but at the same time he was doing the wrong thing. And he was abusing me, and he was, betraying my trust and betraying the trust of my parents. Because I was basically fearful for my grandfather's life, and fearful that people wouldn't believe me, I didn't tell anybody. No matter how many people you have around you, no matter how many grandparents or family, you always feel like you're on your own. What happened was he became paranoid that people knew. He went to my parents and said to my parents that people had accused him of being a sexual predator. My parents rang me at about 6 o'clock in the morning and said to me, "Is this true?" And basically screaming at me down the phone, "Is this true?" And I just said to them, yes, that it was true. My mother particularly took it extremely hard. And we found out about 18 months later that she had cancer, and that she had got cancer. They dated it back to that same week that I told her the truth. If I'd have lied, if I'd have said, no, it wasn't true, would I still have my mum today? You have to decide, am I going to let this thing consume me, or am I going to use it to make me stronger? I choose to go for, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. That's the train of thought that I've had my whole life. I would not give any of that back for the sake of not being abused. I wouldn't. I'd rather be abused and have that strength, if that's where it's come from. Can never know if I would have had it anyway. But if that is the reason why I am as strong as I am, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't, because it protects my children, and it protects me, and it gives me strength for whatever comes across. And when things happen to family or friends, I can draw on a strength that I can give to them to help them get through too, because I know firsthand how far down you can go, because I've been there. So.